Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to what will be our last Classic Country A to Z show, at least our standard show anyway. A regular Classic Country show. As tonight we will finally complete and finish the collection of Willie Nelson songs. As I mentioned in my midweek announcement, there will be one more sort of grand finale show next week, in which I would take pre-submitted requests if you have some, but I would need those by 5 o'clock Thursday, somewhere in there, in order to have enough time to put the set list together for next Sunday. And if I don't get enough requests to fill the hour, which is just fine, I will just try and whittle down 2,200 to 20. Or maybe a little fewer, to fill the show. So that grand finale show will also be a live show at our church, and open to the public. So I'm not really expecting any huge turnout there necessarily, but I wanted to do that show there. And I'm assuming I'm going to be able to figure out how to get the Facebook set up. So there will be a Facebook Live feed like we've been doing for the last 2.5 years. So for now, on with our Willie Nelson collection, and we'll, as always, do an original song in the middle, and then our gospel song tonight is a Willie Nelson gospel song. So, okay, first up, Willie wrote and released this first song in 1974 as part of his album titled Phases and Stages. The song reached only number 51 on the charts, and this song is called I Still Can't Believe You're Gone. It's the very first day since you left me, and I tried to put my thoughts in a song, but all I can hear myself singing is I still can't believe you're gone. I still can't believe that you'd leave me. What did I do that was so wrong? Well, there's just too many unanswered questions, and I still can't believe you're gone. But you're gone, and I'm alone, I'm still living. I don't like it, but I'll take it till I'm strong. And all I can hear myself singing is I still can't believe you're gone. But you're gone, and I'm alone, and I'm still living. I don't like it, but I'll take it till I'm strong. And all I can hear myself singing is I still can't believe you're gone. No, I still can't believe you're gone. Okay. Next up, it's a slightly more contemporary song of Willie's that he wrote and first recorded in 2004. It also was the title track to Willie's album that year, and the song was later recorded by both Merle Haggard and Ray Price. This love song and the album on which it appeared are called It Always Will Be. Sometimes I think that love is somewhere living on an island all alone. I can see it in the darkness, I can feel it in the distance, and then it's gone. And then I know that it is time for me to go and find my favorite girl. 'Cause when I look into her eyes, I see all the love there is in all the world. And it always will be. And it always will be. And it always will be. It always will be. There are some things I think about, and every time I do, it breaks my heart. There is nothing I can do about this loneliness I feel when we're apart. And I stop and curse the darkness and the distance, and in your face I see. And when I look into your eyes, I see all the love there is inside of me. And it always will be. And it always will be. And it always will be. It always will be. And 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 it always will be. Okay. Now, this next song was written by Jan Critchfield, and it was first released by Lee Greenwood in 1981, but Willie released it in 1984, and I didn't have a Lee Greenwood collection, so we're covering it here. And this song is called It Turns Me Inside Out. In a way, I'm glad it's over, even though it's gonna hurt me once you're gone. But I can learn to live without you. Give me time and I can make it on my own. Loving you to me came easy, and losing you will change my life, no doubt. Well, in a way, I'm glad it's over, but in another way, it turns me inside out. Well, in a way, I guess it's better, although there's nothing good about goodbye. But I know I couldn't hold you. Now you found your wings and you need room to fly. It's for sure I'm gonna miss you, but I guess that's what goodbye is all about. Yeah, in a way I'm glad it's over, but in another way it turns me inside out. Well, on one hand I know I'll be better off once you're gone, but I find a lot of heartache on the other. And I can't say that I look forward to those nights I'll be alone, and I wonder if there'll ever be another. Loving you to me came easy, and losing you will change my life, no doubt. Well, in a way I'm glad it's over, but in another way it turns me inside out. Yes, in a way I'm glad it's over, in another way it turns me inside out. Okay. Hey, Mary Pat, thanks for tuning in. Okay, next up, it's another song that Willie wrote and recorded. This one way back in the beginning of his career, back in the 1950s. In 1957, after failing to land a spot on the Ozark Jubilee traveling show, Willie moved to Fort Worth, Texas, and quit the music business for a year. And during that time, he sold Bibles and vacuum cleaners door to door, and eventually became a sales manager for the Encyclopedia Americana. After a year of this sales work, he returned to the music studio but couldn't afford to pay for the studio time, so he offered up half of the publishing rights to this next song to cover the studio cost. This song is called Man with the Blues. If you need some advice in being lonely, if you need a little help in feeling blue, if you need some advice in how to cry all night, come to me, I'm the man with the blues. I'm the man with 100,000 heartaches, and I've got most any color of the blues. So if you need a little shove in fouling up in love, come to me, I'm the man with the blues. If you need some advice in being lonely, if you need a little help in feeling blue, if you need some advice in how to cry all night, come to me, I'm the man with the blues. I'm the man with 100,000 teardrops, and I've got a good selection, old and new. So if you need a little shove in fouling up in love, come to me, I'm the man with the blues. Just come to me, I'm the man with the blues. Okay, now this next song is actually an Appalachian folk song, originally written in 1928 by Bascom Lamar Lunsford. But then in 1935, Scotty Wiseman adapted the lyrics to the song, although both versions are about moonshine. And it's Scotty Wiseman's 1935 version that has become the standard and widely covered over the years. This song is called Mountain Dew. Not very far from here, there's an old holler tree where you lay down $1 or two. Then you go around the bend and you come back again with a jug of that good old Mountain Dew. They call it that good old Mountain Dew, Lord, Lord, and them that refuse it are few. Well, I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. Well, a preacher came by with his head held up high, said his wife had took down with the flu. And he thought that we ought just to give him a snort of that good old Mountain Dew. And they call it that good old Mountain Dew, Lord, Lord, and them that refuse it are few. Well, I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. Well, my Uncle Mort, he's sawed off and he's short, and he measures about 4'2". But he thinks he's a giant when you give him a pint of that good old Mountain Dew. And they call it that good old Mountain Dew, Lord, Lord, and them that refuse it are few. Well, I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. Yeah, I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. Kind of a quick one. Okay. A couple songs ago, I mentioned how Willie had quit music for a year and was a traveling salesman. And then during that time, he was inspired to write this next song while he was driving on the highway with the radio on. He wrote the song about a man who, after listening to a song on his car radio, feels compelled to buy the record, relating the words of the song to his own lost love and sadness. So during this period when he was running low on money, he tried to sell this song as like he did the earlier one, but he couldn't. So he recorded it instead, and it actually received a decent amount of airplay in Texas anyway, but never made it to the national charts. This song is called Mr. Record Man. Mr. Record Man, I'm looking for a song I heard today. There was someone blue singing about someone who went away. Just like me, his heart was yearning for a love that used to be. It's a lonely song about a lonely man like me. There was something about a love that didn't treat him right, and he'd awake from troubled sleep and cry her name at night. Mr. Record Man, get this record for me, won't you please? It's a lonely song about a lonely man like me. Well, I was driving down the highway with the radio turned on, and a man that I heard singing sounds so blue and all alone. As I listened to his lonely song, I wondered, could it be? Could there somewhere be another lonely man like me? Yeah, there was something about a love that didn't treat him right, and he'd awake from troubled sleep and cry her name at night. Mr. Record Man, get this record for me, won't you please? It's a lonely song about a lonely man like me. Yeah, it's a lonely song about a lonely man like me. Okay. This next song was first recorded and released by Bob Wills way back in 1942. Willie and Merle Haggard recorded it as a duet 40 years later in 1982, and then Willie, Merle, and Ray Price recorded it as a trio in 2007. And this classic hit is called My Life's Been a Pleasure. I still love you as I did in yesterday. Many years have gone by, though it seems just like a day. It's no wonder that I love you. You have been so kind and true. There will never be another. It will always be just you. We've come a long way together to prove our love is true. My life's been a pleasure, and it's all because of you. And to me, you'll always be just as sweet as flowers in May. And I'll still love you as I did in yesterday. We've come a long way together to prove our love is true. My life's been a pleasure, and it's all because of you. And to me, you'll always be just as sweet as flowers in May. And I'll still love you as I did in yesterday. Yes, I'll still love you as I did in yesterday. Okay, now, Willie wrote this next song and released it as the title track to his last album of the 60s in 1969. This was the first album of Willie's that featured his Martin N20 classical guitar that he named Trigger, after Roy Rogers' horse of the same name. The story Willie tells of his Trigger Martin guitar is this, quote, I switched over to a big Baldwin hooked up to an aluminum amp, and then the neck broke. I traded it in for a Martin made of rosewood, an acoustic model with the richest, most soulful tone I'd ever heard. I had my man Shot Jackson, a guitar genius in Nashville, customize the Martin by integrating the guts and pickup from the Baldwin, and it worked. I had the sound I was looking for, and I heard it as a human sound, a sound close to my own voice. It didn't take long for me to pick a hole in it. That's because classical guitars aren't meant to be picked. But that hole seemed to deepen its soulful tone. End quote. So if you ever see a picture of Willie's guitar, it's really beat up looking, holes in the face of it, and he's had it reconditioned many, many times over the years. Anyway, this song and the album on which it appeared are called My Own Peculiar Way. Whoops, capo here. It would be a comfort just to know you never doubt me, even though I give you cause most every day. Sometimes I think you'd be better off without me, although I love you in my own peculiar way. Don't doubt my love if sometimes my mind should wander to a suddenly remembered yesterday. 'Cause my mind could never stay too long away from you. I'll always love you in my own peculiar way. And though I may not always be the way you'd have me be, and though my faults may grow in number day by day, let no one ever say I've ever been untrue. I'll always love you in my own peculiar way. Yes, though I may not always be the way you'd have me be, and my faults may grow in number day by day. Let no one ever say I've ever been untrue. I'll always love you in my own peculiar way. Yes, I'll always love you in my own peculiar way. All right, we've reached the portion of the show where I do one of our original songs that my friend Charlie and I wrote together. This song's about how some loving relationships can grow from simple friendships. And this is called Plain Spoken Love. We didn't meet cute like in some old rom-com. We met in real life where loneliness is common. We shared a few beers and talked now and then, only falling in love once we'd become friends. No Hollywood symphonies, no Cinderella story, no breakfast at Tiffany's, no Harry met Sally, no divine intervention, no help from above, just a plain-spoken friendship turned to plain-spoken love. Well, Shakespeare wrote sonnets, let me count the ways, and Hollywood stars just say what they're told to say. But our words don't come from some screenwriter's pen. They come from the heart, spoken friend to friend. No Hollywood symphonies, no Cinderella story, no breakfast at Tiffany's, no Harry met Sally, no divine intervention, no help from above, just a plain-spoken friendship turned to plain-spoken love. When they write our story, there won't be much to say, just that we loved each other in our own special way. No Hollywood symphonies, no Cinderella story, no breakfast at Tiffany's, no Harry met Sally, no divine intervention, no help from above, just a plain-spoken friendship turned to plain-spoken love. Just a plain-spoken friendship turned to plain-spoken love. Okay, back to Willie Nelson. So next up is the very first song Willie ever recorded when he began his music career in 1957, while he was still working as a disc jockey in Vancouver, Washington, when he was 24 years old. This is a song he wrote, though it never made the charts, and this short little song is called No Place for Me. Your love is as cold as the north wind that blows and the river that runs to the sea. How can I go on when my only love is gone, and I can see this is no place for me? The light in your eye is still shining. It shines, but it don't shine for me. It's a story so cold, another love grown cold. I can see this is no place for me. The light in your eye is still shining. It shines, but it don't shine for me. It's a story so old, another love grown cold. I can see this is no place for me. Yes, I can see this is no place for me. So that's what I mean by a short song. Not too much to it. Hey, Craig, thanks for tuning in tonight. Okay, next up, another one that Willie wrote. He first recorded this in 1964, but it didn't chart for him. And this song, it got more radio play later without being released. But anyway, this song is called Opportunity to Cry. Just watch the sunrise on the other side of town. Once more I've waited, and once more you let me down. And this would be a perfect time for me to die. I'd like to take this opportunity to cry. You gave your word, now I return it to you, with this suggestion as to what you can do. Just exchange the words I love you for goodbye, while I take this opportunity to cry. I'd like to see you, but I'm afraid I won't know wrong from right. And if I saw you, would I kiss you or want to kill you on sight? Well, it's been a long night, so I think I'll go on home and feed my nightmares. They've been waiting all night long. They'll be the last ones to tell me goodbye, and they'll give me many opportunities to cry. Yeah, they'll give me many opportunities to cry. Okay, now our next song was written by Edith Lindemann and Carl Stutz back in 1953. It was originally written for Perry Como, but Perry Como never recorded it due to publishing issues. So Willie made it the title track to his concept album in 1974, but it never made the charts for him. The members of the Western Writers of America chose this song as one of the top 100 Western songs of all time. This is very much a story song in the spirit of Tom T. Hall and kind of in the setting of Marty Robbins. This one is called The Red-Headed Stranger. The red-headed stranger from Blue Rock, Montana, rode into town one day, and under his knees was a raging black stallion, and walking behind was a bay. The red-headed stranger had eyes like thunder and lips that were sad and tight. His little lost love lay asleep on the hillside, and his heart was as heavy as night. So don't cross him, don't boss him, he's wild in his sorrows, he's riding and hiding his pain. Don't fight him, don't spite him, just wait till tomorrow, and maybe he'll ride on again. A yellow-haired lady leaned out of her window and watched as he passed her way. And she drew back in fear at the sight of the stallion, but cast greedy eyes on the bay. But how could she know that the dancing bay pony meant more to him than life? For this was the horse that his little lost darling had ridden when she was his wife. So don't cross him, don't boss him, he's wild in his sorrow, he's riding and hiding his pain. Don't fight him, don't spite him, just wait till tomorrow, and maybe he'll ride on again. Well, the little yellow-haired lady went down to the tavern and looked up the stranger there. He bought her a drink and he gave her some money, but he just didn't seem to care. She followed him out as he saddled his stallion and laughed as she grabbed at the bay. He shot her so quick, they had no time to warn her. She never heard anyone say, don't cross him, don't boss him, he's wild in his sorrow, he's riding and hiding his pain. Don't fight him, don't spite him, just wait till tomorrow, and maybe he'll ride on again. Now the yellow-haired lady was buried at sunset. The stranger went free, of course, for you can't hang a man for killing a woman who's trying to steal your horse. Now this is the tale of the red-headed stranger, and if he should pass your way, stay out of the path of the raging black stallion, and don't lay a hand on the bay. Don't cross him, don't boss him, he's wild in his sorrow, he's riding and hiding his pain. Don't fight him, don't spite him, just wait till tomorrow, and maybe he'll ride on again. Just wait till tomorrow, 'cause maybe he'll ride on again. All right, that's our story song for tonight. Next up is a song that Willie wrote, and Hank Cochran actually first released it in 1964. Willie didn't record it till 9 years later, 1973, but it never made the charts for him when he released it. Several other artists have recorded this song over the years, and lyrically, this song kind of reminds me a lot of the Ronnie Milsap song called Nobody Likes Sad Songs from later in the 80s. This song is called Sad Songs and Waltzes. Writing a song all about you, a true song as real as my tears, but you've no need to fear it, 'cause no one will hear it, 'cause sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. I'll tell all about how you cheated. I'd like for the whole world to hear. I'd like to get even with you 'cause you're leaving, but sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. It's a good thing that I'm not a star. You don't know how lucky you are. Though my record may say it, well, no one will play it, 'cause sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. Yeah, it's a good thing that I'm not a star. You don't know how lucky you are. Though my record may say it, no one will play it, 'cause sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. No sad songs and waltzes aren't selling this year. Okay, now the songwriters for this next song said they wrote the song in homage to the Tejano-flavored classic hits of Marty Robbins, exemplified by Marty Robbins' huge hit El Paso. However, Marty had already passed away when they finished this song, and the song was then successfully pitched to Willie. But before he was able to record it, his producer, Billy Sherrill, happened to hear the demo and proposed that Willie record it as a duet with Ray Charles. And so they did. Willie and Ray released this song, both released this song in 1964 as the first single from Willie's album entitled Half Nelson, and as a single from Ray's album entitled Friendship. The song went all the way to #1 on the charts for them, and it would be the most successful song that Ray Charles ever put out on the country charts. This song is called Seven Spanish Angels. He looked down into her brown eyes and said, "Say a prayer for me." She threw her arms around him and whispered, "God will keep us free." They could see the riders coming. He said, "This is my last fight. If they take me back to Texas, they won't take me back alive." There were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. The 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. She reached down and picked the gun up that lay smoking in his hand. She said, "Father, please forgive me. I can't make it without my man." And she knew the gun was empty, and she knew she couldn't win. But her final prayer was answered when the rifles fired again. Yeah, there were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. The 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. Yeah, there were 7 Spanish angels at the altar of the sun. They were praying for the lovers in the valley of the gun. When the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. And 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. Yes, when the battle stopped and the smoke cleared, there was thunder from the throne. And 7 Spanish angels took another angel home. All right. Gail, thanks for tuning. Glad you liked that one. Paul, thank you very much. Okay, this next song was written by the same co-writers who wrote the last song, but this song was done as a duet with Willie and Waylon in 1991, and on an album they did together called Clean Shirt, which the album really didn't do very well for them, but I kind of like the song, so I included it. This is called Trying to Outrun the Wind. Hey, Dan. Bad connection. Could just be the singer. That's very possible. All right, Trying to Outrun the Wind. He's a sad song singer. He plays a gut stringer with vagabond fingers that follow his mind. To faraway places he reaches for traces and touches the faces he's long left behind. He'll keep you from knowing where he's been or going. You'll see the distance right there in his eyes. Just short of stealing, he'll take your feelings, pull at your heartstrings till they come untied. once was a woman who made him turn lonesome. Her memory turns over and over again, like an old stallion who's longing for freedom, trying to outrun the wind. Well, I've laughed with the sunshine and cried with the rains. I've had some bad nights with the best of the blues. I go on pretending with long-haired women, but I still get crazy when I think of you. There once was a woman who made him turn lonesome. Her memory turns over and over again, like an old stallion who's longing for freedom, trying to outrun the wind. Yes, there once was a woman who made him turn lonesome. Her memory turns over and over again, like an old stallion who's longing for freedom, trying to outrun the wind, trying to outrun the wind. Okay, next up, this is a song, a love song that Willie wrote in 1993, but never released it as a single. It's one of the only country songs that I know of that's dedicated to Valentine's Day. This sweet song is called Valentine. Valentine, won't you be my Valentine and introduce your heart to mine and be my Valentine. Summertime, we could run and play like summertime, with storybooks and nursery rhymes. So be my Valentine. Candy heart, if anyone could, you could have a candy heart. You're the sweetest of all sweethearts. Won't you give your heart to me? Can't you see I love you, Valentine? Won't you be my Valentine? And won't you share your heart with mine and be my Valentine? Candy heart, if anyone could, you could have a candy heart. You're the sweetest of all sweethearts. Won't you give your heart to me? Can't you see I love you, Valentine? Won't you be my Valentine and introduce your heart to mine and be my Valentine? All right, there's our Valentine song. Now, next up's another song. Boy, how are we doing here? We've got two more. We're going to run a little bit over, but we're going to finish Willie. So, okay, next up, another song Willie wrote, but I literally could not find anything, any background or information on this song, which is really rare. I know he never released this song as a single, and it was only included on one of his non-charting albums, in this case, the 1972 album entitled The Willie Way. This song is called Wonderful Future. Today, as I walk through my garden of dreams, I'm alone in the sweet used to be. My past and my present are one and the same, and the future holds nothing for me. Yesterday's kisses still burning, and yesterday's memories still find me. Scenes from the past keep returning. I've got a wonderful future behind me. You say there is happiness waiting for me, but I know this is just fantasy. Let me trade one tomorrow for one yesterday. Let me live in my garden of dreams. Oh, yesterday's kisses still burning, and yesterday's memories still find me. Scenes from the past keep returning. I've got a wonderful future behind me. I've got a wonderful future behind me. Okay, last one before the hymn. This is a song that Willie co-wrote with the great songwriter Hank Cochran. But here's another one where I couldn't find any other background information on it. Besides that fact, the song is called You'll Always Have Someone. Discontent you must be, leaving love, leaving me. So go away for your dreams to come true. But should young dreams grow old and warm friendships grow cold, there'll be someone waiting for you. And if you ever find that fate is unkind and the devil starts taking his dues, when your fair weather friends Leave when fair weather ends. There'll be someone waiting for you. You'll always have someone who loves you. You're never alone, don't you see? And when the world's slowing down, you'll need someone around. Let that someone always be me. You'll always have someone who loves you. You're never alone, don't you see? And when your world's slowing down, you'll need someone around. Let that someone always be me. Yes, when your world's slowing down, you'll need someone around. Let that someone always be me. All right, so the gospel song for tonight isn't really a hymn, but this is one that Willie Nelson wrote back in 1957 when he was a DJ. And when he was denied a raise, he left the station and sold the rights to the song because he was out of money. And this one is called the Family Bible. But before I do this song, let me take a minute here to thank you for listening to these shows. And over the past 2.5 years now, both those of you who have watched live and those who have watched or listened later. I've done this Classic Country A to Z series because I love these songs and this kind of music. And there were people at the senior center where my mom lived who also seemed to enjoy this music and for whom I could no longer perform due to COVID back when we started in April of 2020. So anyway, as I mentioned at the opening of tonight's show, although this is the final show in the Classic Country A to Z series, I'm going to do a one grand finale live show at our church next Sunday night at this same time. And assuming I can figure out the technology at our church, I will also do the Facebook simulcast, the Facebook Live at the same time, like I've been doing, every week here. So I hope you can join us then, either live or on Facebook again, either way. So thank you again for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this series as much as I have. So anyway, now on with Willie's gospel song for tonight, the Family Bible. There's a family Bible on the table. Its pages torn and hard to read. But the family Bible on the table will ever be my key to memories. At the end of day when work was over, and when the evening meal was done, Dad would read to us from the family Bible, and we'd count our many blessings one by one. I can see us sitting round the table when from the family Bible Dad would read, and I can hear my mother softly singing, Rock of Ages, cleft for me. this old world of ours is full of trouble, but this old world would also better be if we'd find more Bibles on the tables and mothers singing Rock of Ages cleft for me. I can see us sitting round the table when from the family Bible Dad would read, and I can hear my mother softly singing, Rock of Ages, cleft for me. Rock of Ages, cleft for me. Which, as every week has, leads us to our benediction song to wish you a good week. May the good Lord bless and keep you, whether near or far away. May you find that long-awaited golden day today. May your troubles all be small ones, and your fortune 10 times 10. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May you walk with sunlight shining and a bluebird in every tree. May there be a silver lining back of every cloud you see. Fill your dreams with sweet tomorrows, never mind what might have been. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. May the good Lord bless and keep you till we meet again. All right, and so ends our show. Thank you once again. Have a great evening. Have a great week. And with any luck, we will see you back here for the grand finale next week. I'm toying with the idea of maybe doing 2. The problem is that I have now about a little over 2,200 songs in my library. I started this whole program with about 500, but obviously it grew. So now the challenge is to pick favorites, a small subset of favorites out of 2,200. So I'm toying with the idea of maybe doing 2 45-minute segments with kind of a break in between, just to be able to get more songs in. But I don't know. We'll see. In any case, one way or the other, we'll start at 7 o'clock next Sunday again for one last time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great week and have a safe week. Good night, everybody.